Hello guys, so here we are starting with the hand. The first part we're going to do is the carpals, these guys down here. This is notoriously difficult for most students, I think because they're so tiny and the book does not do a very good job about showing you what these really look like in real life. So make sure you get a chance to look at these in ETC or in lab. So in your book, they give you this acronym, please tell little Sally Taylor to come home. I personally don't use any of those types of memory things to remember this. I actually have little stories for each one, and they're stupid. They're stupid stories. Sometimes they help some people and they confuse others. So I will tell you the little stories as we go along. If they confuse you, just forget them. Push them out of your brain. So, all right, first one, pisiform. So that is, come on, focus. Focus. There we go. So that is this guy right here, and I have the same story as everybody does. Pisiform, P-shaped, right? It's this. It can actually swivel, right? So it's this guy right here. Directly under that is triquetrum, right here, right? Now the stupid little way that I remember this is tri means three, and it has a P on top of it, so I think of 3 P's in the pod. That's the way that I remember it. Then you have lunate, which is this guy right here, and I, again, remember it the same way most people do. Lunate, you think of luna, which means moon, and if you can get these kind of separated, you can see, maybe not in this shot, I'm sorry guys, I can't really get a good shot of it, but it's kind of crescent moon shaped. So again, really make sure you get a chance to look at these in ETC. All right, the next one is scaphoid, so that's this one. It's supposed to be something about a boat, but again, it does not look like a boat to me. So the way that I remember it is it's kind of S-shaped, goes that way, and it's the only one of your terms that starts with an S, so that's the way that I remember it. Then you have trapezium, which is this guy. The way that I remember it, actually there's quite a few ways. The way that I originally remembered it was trapezium kind of sounds like wait. Yeah, I don't know. I just had a brain fart right now. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so trapezium sounds like trampoline to me. Don't ask me why. I don't know. And if somebody does a cool flip on a trampoline, you'll give them a thumbs up, right? And it's connected to the thumb. Another way that another student actually came up with that I thought was great was trapezium. You think of a trapeze artist, and if you guys don't know what that is, you're on the internet, so Google it. And you can't be a trapeze artist without a thumb. So that's the way that they remembered it. And then trapezium, thumb, they sound similar. So there's 3 ways, so hopefully you remember that one. Then you have the trapezoid, which is this guy. And this is the stupidest way that I remember it, but it works for me, is that it is really small on this side, right? It's pointed on this side, and then you flip it over, and it's flat and much bigger. And so it kind of looks like a pyramid. That's the way that I think about it. And pyramid is something in geometry, and trapezoid is something in geometry. So I made that connection. Again, really stupid, but it worked for me. So there you go. Then you have capitate, which is this one, the biggest one. So the way that I remember this one is capitate, I think of a capital letter, which is the bigger one. So there we go. The last one is my favorite, this guy right here, hamate. The way that I remember it is because it has this hook. I think of a butcher, and in butcher's freezers, they will hook the ham with one of those nasty looking hooks that they usually kill people with in horror movies, and then hang them up in the freezer. So that's how I remember this one, hamate. So one more time, real quick: pisiform, triquetrum, lunate, scaphoid, trapezium, trapezoid, capitate, hamate. All right. Moving on, we have the metacarpals. Right? This makes up the most of the palm of your hand. These make up a very small portion of your hand. How you count these is you start from the thumb and go out. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use Roman numerals. Then for your phalanges, one is either a phalange or a phalanx. It depends on the book you read. Dr. Shelley uses phalanx. So the way that you will name these is, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But for each individual one, you have proximal, middle, and distal phalanx. The thumb only has 2, so you have the proximal, distal. but all the other ones have the proximal, middle, and distal. So for instance, if she was to label this one and ask you what it was, it would be the fourth middle phalanx. And let's see, what is this? A left hand, so I'd put left before all that. All right, this is kind of a long one, but that's it for the hand.